We're out here at Rose Point today. The RC 4-wheel drive and Cal RC sponsored East Coast Scale Challenge. Off-roading a bunch of trucks here at Rose Point where we've had competitions before. And we're gonna go talk to some of the drivers and see what's up. Oh, there's Black Mark. Hey, it's a drifter.
Better watch out for the baby.
You got in his way, man.
Guru
From the Ohio RC Scale Gurus.
how you doing today, Todd?
Doing pretty good.
You guys having a good time?
Awesome time.
Wonderful.
About to run some Trail Finder 2s over here. See if we can mess up some of their rigs.
Break something that's not ours?
Yes. Build it better, build it stronger.
Ryan, RC Addict, and Travis.
Yep, nice to meet you.
Where'd you come in from?
Jacksonville, North Carolina.
North Carolina. Been there? Been there a few times?
It's a long drive out. So.
Now you
I judged all day yesterday, and then today I did class 2 and then TF200.
so you went for judges. How'd you do on this?
419, I think I'm second best right now. We'll see how it goes.
Awesome. Good job. It's good to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Ryan from RC Addict.
Good to see you, Chris. We manufacture parts for scale crawlers.
Scale crawler,
Yeah.
so frame rails and
Frame
wheels.
rails, some wheels, suspension mounts, transmission mounts. Stuff that you can use to redesign your truck, get some better weight balance, get you some interior space.
You got some beautiful looking rigs out here.
Thanks very much.
Did you build them all, or is it a collective effort, or?
Most of these come from the GCM shop. These are both built on the 410 Leaf chassis that we have.
Nice.
And then we've the yellow Jeep we ran in class 2. It's running on a Cross Canyon coilover chassis. And then the Blazer's running on a SCX chassis with a GCM Leaf kit in the back and a SCX motor mount combo. And then we brought some other toys to show off as well.
Right on.
Loose nut syndrome.
Yeah, the loose nut driving the.
I always knew your nuts were a little loose, buddy.
Oh.
Hey, it works.
Along with them. Gotta say, I'm very impressed. They got this thing organized. They ran class 2s today. We got here about 2 o'clock. They were already done. And that was 50 plus trucks. So they hammered them out. I mean, that's a pro level event there, guys. This is definitely an East Coast event you want to come to.
Good.
So we're here with Blake, Metal Masher on the forums. What's up? He builds the really sweet aluminum body vehicle.
But I brought 4 trucks with me, actually 5 trucks total.
Yeah.
I got Class 1, which is the all hand built, exact replica of the Toyota truck, everything yours.
That's the green one.
I got Class 2 truck, which is a Toyota. That's right. I had a Class 2 truck, which is another Toyota, but that's kind of like a tube chassis kind of thing. And then a Class 3 truck, which is another Toyota, but that's full on.
You get one set of body molds, you just keep going.
I kind of made like this trifecta of Toyotas.
Yeah.
In my classes.
There you go.
So, and then I ended up, I brought along a Bronco for my buddy here who he wanted to run Class 2. So I built a Bronco in like 3 weeks, from nothing to a full tube chassis and everything.
Alright, you ready? It's trash now.
It's trash. It's awesome.
Look at that.
And then I brought an International Scout that I built. And it was Class 1, but I just didn't run it.
I watched you building it.
Yep, that's opening doors, opening hood, and it's got a little popper for it and stuff.
I'll buy it right now.
Okay.
That is awesome.
That was it. That was actually 3 runs because he broke both shafts
Oh man.
like 3 or 4 times, and he was like, okay, I'm done. So he didn't even run class.
What'd you model that after? Because it actually looks like
It's
an early Bronco.
It's an early Bronco, but it's made by Tamiya. It's a Tamiya
I
body.
was gonna say Tamiya body because
Yep.
it's smaller than the Pro Line one that I have on my daughter's.
Yeah.
Yep, it's the 110 scale version. I liked it better because it has the inside stuff.
I'm messing with it.
That's
Really
all right.
Dense. I love. It's like it's like a pie pan material.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like pie pan tin foil.
Well, the nice thing about it too is it's pretty easy.
You can
to
straighten
fix.
it back out.
Yeah,
oh,
see,
that's
like
awesome.
I can do that, and then now my fenders.
Take the mini hammer to it and run it again.
Yep, there you go.
Hammer dolly
You
work
got-
to
you
it.
gotta make me one.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Hey Jeremy, you gotta have him take it up to the dealership, have the body guy straighten it back out for you.
See, so that was from today.
Check out the shock mounts he made on this too.
Yeah. What are they called? They're modeled after the real ones. Okay.
Yep.
It's all Pro ones. Yep. And it's
I'm
got
the big truck. I'm
Yeah,
the big truck nut. So
it's quarter elliptical
He
springs
made
in the
all
rear.
this stuff.
See that?
Quarter ellipticals.
Yep. And those are recoil springs from Alumni. This one right here, when I was coming up on, was it 4? I guess it was. There's a big root sticking out there, and I have video of it going under the root, and he had it real close up, and it's just going,
Oh,
dragging it through the root there with the winch.
that's awesome.
Well, and this is full drop bed, so all this in here is all aluminum too.
That's
'Cause
awesome.
you can see underneath it's bolted
Yep.
up like a real truck.
I love it.
It's real good because I don't have my tires in the back. But this is the Scout that I built.
Right.
This one's also Lexan.
Yeah, I think that was the one that I watched. You were like pouring molds out of the Lexan and
Yeah,
stuff like
exactly.
that.
Yep, that was the one. And then this one's got the hood
The
pops
hood latch. That's awesome.
with the release and the hood release on there. And then this one I've been beating on for a while, so this shaft's still off the front. And this runs a servo winch in it, only because it's the only thing I had available.
right.
So it's pretty tight in there too. The once you get all the other
space up under there.
yeah, I got so it's
'Cause it's
steering.
front mount.
Steering, servo, and then this is my lights, so it's got the front brake, turn signals, and all
Oh,
that stuff
nice.
work on it.
You
And
make
then
your
mount
you make your
transmission
own
up here.
lenses too, right?
Yeah, these are actually cast. That stuff you use like to pour over top of a table.
Right.
That's what these are, so they don't break. But these are
Acrylic.
actually, these are actually. And is it broken? It's kind of broken there.
He makes them so they crack like a real one.
Yeah, because you can see the rear one's actually got a crack in it now. You can kind of see it a little bit. And
That's
it's
sweet.
called Easy Water. It's for dioramas.
That's awesome.
And then I just made a cover. My speed control's underneath there, so I made a fuel cell for a cover.
Of course.
And then the seat's plush.
Oh yeah.
And I hand sewed it. My mom showed me how to sew when I was a kid, so it's just more of that
I
stuff.
want to build a class 3 out of that.
See, and there's the.
That's all. I want
And
to.
it may end up. That's my class 3 truck. Same thing. So that's all aluminum panels. What I did with this one is I used Willie King axles,
Nice.
And if you've ever been playing with Wheelie King axles, you know they're notoriously horrible to mount to because they're completely blank.
Oh, okay.
So the only thing you can do normally is clamp them. They have a clamp.
So you made a...
So I made one. What normally the clamp faces up and down because it's a monster truck.
Right.
4-link. And the guys are turning the clamp sideways to get a little bit more extra clearance. But you still got this big bolt hanging down here. So I was like, screw that. So I made a truss. And then I bridged
those
it.
Trusses?
I could.
You should.
I bridged it down to the 3 bosses in the front of the axle.
Those are sick.
And then I trimmed the ones on the bottom off and then just left the bottom open.
Yeah.
And then these tabs come out like the AX10s. So it mounts like an AX10 in the front.
You should sell those.
So, and the nice thing is it uses AX10 internals.
Right.
So anything you can get the upgrades for the AX10 for the gears and lockers, you can put in these.
So you're just using a
And then-
$10 case and...
Exactly. I paid $30 for both axles.
Yeah, Wheelie King's cheap.
Yeah, and then I just got the Wheelie King CVDs.
Right on.
And and then I modded it, so I can get more steering out of it.
Yep. I did the
Eventually-
same thing to mine.
Yeah,
Cut
eventually
it.
I'll turn around and I'll get the aluminum parts because I think these aren't going to hold up.
This is sweet.
That's an idler arm setup.
I saw you building that, but I never actually checked in on the finish.
Yep.
The servo cranks over to here, which cranks this. So he's got it.
Yeah.
How
And I
sweet
did
is
that because normally when I'm driving, I've got about this much room.
Right, there's no room to... That's the same problem I keep running into. You got
got
no
bump steer.
room to make it.
Yeah, and I got tons of bump steer until I did this. So now until I
Oh,
come
because
way down here.
you're 4-linked. Okay, you
Yes.
didn't 3-link it. You did 4-link with... Nice.
Yes, I didn't want to 3-link it because of the truss.
Yep.
I liked the 4-link setup. It was beefier and stronger, as far as I'm concerned. And I figured I'm rarely ever down this far.
Yep.
So most of my travel is in this area here, so
Right.
that keeps it level. So
What shocks are you running on that? Those look like Losi Comp shocks.
they might be.
Or Traxxas.
They're
they might
old.
be Traxxas.
They're old shocks. There was something that when I first got into this like 8 years ago, I picked them up.
The bottom looks like a Traxxas boot on the bottom of
I
them.
think it might be Traxxas. It's hard to say.
Yeah, they
but
kind
then-
of look like Traxxas.
This used to be my comp truck. Like I was running 2.2 comp with this thing.
Yep.
And
I remember that.
I run guys that are running XR10s and stuff, and I'm running this against them, and beating them in some
Beating
cases.
them,
This is what
yeah.
you were looking for, right?
Yeah.
So that was from yesterday, and I actually got video of that one too. So that's a good shot. It was coming around the corner.
That's
It's
some
like,
good paint because it's not really scratched that much.
Just
like,
Rust-Oleum.
Yeah, well.
That's all it is. I take what I do is when I build the bodies, and like if I was to even to sell them, they all get pre-sanded.
Right.
So I do 600 grit, the whole thing, on the outside, because then that way you can't do that once they're off the mold. It's
Right.
got to be on the mold in order to sand them. But
Once you
sand
bend them if you...
exactly. Once you sandal it, you've got a tooth, so that you can put any kind of paint you want on it after that, and it almost always sticks.
Right.
So I just use Rust-Oleum primer, Rust-Oleum paints, and hell, I'll clear it too sometimes.
Right.
Like that, the Bronco I did for him, it was Rust-Oleum primer, Rust-Oleum orange, like tangerine looking thing, that the new
Right.
color they come out with this funky spray nozzle
Yep,
thing,
yep.
and then just cleared it. They have like a double coat clear
That's
from
awesome.
Rust-Oleum, and that's all it is. And then this one here, this was actually just like 2 coats of just green.
Yep.
I was literally, I'm going, oh my god, I got to paint this thing. It was last weekend, and I went, hey, look, there's some green paint. And I showed my wife, I'm like, what do you think about this color? She goes, I don't know, that looks good to me.
Yeah,
okay,
good.
green it is.
Now,
Put it on there.
is this the one that you built like all the...
Yes.
It has like he's got all the trusses for the hood.
So this one, yeah, has a detailed in on the side of the hood. Each one of these parts is individual, so like 5 parts to just the hood.
It
And
took
it's-
you like a year or something to put it all together, didn't it?
This
Is that
I've been
how
working on
long?
this one for 5 years.
Oh, okay.
Right.
5 years.
Almost 6 years.
Fracture chassis motor set with a Ford Ranger super car.
Yep. So all this piece is individual. So like this strut part across here is actually 2 pieces. There's a piece on the inside and the outside before it gets glued to these 2, which are independent pieces, and then these 2 are separate, and then that's a separate part on top, and then the hood release is actually inside here. So that's what releases the hood.
So when you pull that, that's awesome.
Yep.
Dude.
And then now I kind of
You
skipped
take
that.
like scale to a whole new level.
Exactly. Well, that's what I was shooting for.
It's got the floor.
So inside the door, it's got the full door jamb.
It's a steering wheel turn with the wheels.
No, not yet. That's like future stuff. But the rocker panels are separate. So from here to here is a separate panel, and then the inside's another panel. This is another panel. It's even got the structure up underneath the roof to support the
that
roof.
way you can replace your rockers when it's really beat.
Yeah, exactly. You can cut them off, put new ones on.
I saw the one when you were
That's
doing
incredible.
the
Yeah,
comp one, and you
full
kept
floor.
getting the panels that were all sprayed different colors and changing them out.
Yeah, well, I think I might do that with this one.
It's a bed structure.
Yeah, yep. The bed's just
at the
like the
bed.
real one.
Look at that.
So it's got the supports that go across the bed on the underside, and then it just bolts to the frame. Actually,
hiding the battery.
this one was, this was an early version, and most recently I don't use the 440 screws. They're like overkill. They're unnecessary. If you look, the rest are all 2mm, and it's more than enough for strength.
Yep.
And with the 2mm, it's just easier to get in there and actually bolt
yep.
the bed on. So the next go around, that's probably what I'm doing. But this, and this one has anti-wrap bar here, which really took a beating, but it held up real good. And it did its
the
job.
drive shaft pretty good.
It did. Like, you could see the draft board. It has a really cool swirl mark on it from
going over a rock.
Yeah. And then up front, like, I used the RC four-wheel drive
Dude,
shafts. They're nice shafts.
You don't even have a full-size motor in that.
Nope. 1/18 scale brushless.
Yeah, I've got those.
So
I
it's
recognize that.
It's a Tekin Mini Rage and
Yep.
a cordless drill planetary drive.
Nice.
Yep. Because what happened was I needed something small so that I could cover it with a motor.
Yep.
Because eventually this will have an oil pan and a transmission to cover the drive shaft. Oh yeah, and the front axle is an actual bruiser axle. And I had a buddy of mine machine these hubs up that I designed, and they're set screwed on. But you have to commit to it because you got to cut the last remaining ear off that holds them together.
Right.
Then you machine the end down, slide them on, and then you just set screw it wherever you want. So now I can clock my axle.
That's awesome.
So if you look,
So
it's
you can
actually
fix that drive shaft
Yep.
issue.
It's
Yep.
actually pointing up, and then my knuckles are actually leaning back.
That's awesome.
So it gives me good steering. And the only disadvantage is I keep whacking the case, but the case is pretty strong, so I think I'll be
Yeah, I
okay
think
for
you'll
now.
be fine there.
Yeah. So
You make my builds look like crap.
Poor Ryan. Poor Ryan.
Hey.
And I built this in two to kind of look like a stock truck. That's why I didn't put any sliders on it or nothing.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is the low budget guy.
That looks
can't
like
afford.
the farm truck right
Yeah.
there.
I mean, other than the paint being real shiny,
You
it's
need
like
you need a gripper for your.
I kind of like them spread out like that.
Hanging
I think
out.
it looks neat. It looks
Until
real,
you back up though.
looks real redneck. I haven't heard of
Well,
it.
when it's sitting flat though, as soon as you put weight on it, they kind of.
Oh yeah. That's not too bad.
Yeah, it's only when if you're going a downhill like that, they might open up a little bit. But yeah, as soon as you put any kind of weight on them,
I like it. It looks like the farm truck that I used to drive around growing up. You know, just all beat to heck. We'd slide it off trees and keep going. I don't think it had any mirrors on it either because they didn't last long.
probably not. Yeah, or door handles in this case.